Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of CNB Bazaar Buzz. I'm Siddharth Vinayak Patankar and here is today's lineup on the show. Driving Ford's SUVs in the Philippines. Volvo's latest in our market, 2 new buses. And the review of the Jaguar XF sedan. So first up, let's get straight to those SUVs. Now Ford's got a formidable SUV range all across the world, and in many markets it does very well with that entire portfolio. In India, we get just 2 of them, the one at perhaps 2 ends of the spectrum in the Asia Pacific region. So you've got the EcoSport and you've got, of course, the Endeavour, which is called Everest in other markets. So Ameya Naik spent some time with all these SUVs, and of course the Endeavour in particular, and had a blast because they got to experience some really cool terrain down in the Philippines.
SUVs are the in thing in India, and while a whole bunch of car makers are going for the kill by introducing new products in this segment, there are others who are still working out the math. SUVs though are not new to Ford, considering it's been making them for decades in United States and was among the first to drive in with a sub 4 meter EcoSport in India. Of course, the Ford Endeavour was also around, and we've had tries with this one for the longest time. And this year at the 2017 CNB Awards, it impressed our jury so much that it took home SUV of the Year award.
And the SUV of the year, the Ford Endeavour.
A well-deserved one at that. Driving the Endeavour on road in India is one thing. But driving it on a volcanic ash-ridden path is quite another.
Well, we are standing in the same spot where Mount Pinatubo erupted in 1991 and created this beautiful lahar bed, where we have taken the Endeavour out for a spin. Now it acts differently with regards to sand, and it's quite different the way we drove. So every time you are going on the lahar beds, you might sink, you might not. It all depends on the terrain actually. But this one, the Endeavour, or Everest as it's called in Philippines, handles it pretty well. The 3.2 litre engine and the 6-speed auto, and also the terrain management system actually handled everything pretty well. And well, we were just behind the wheel, steering it into the right direction. That's all it's come to now. But the limited slip diff, everything actually manages to cross all this with extreme ease, and that's what you want in an SUV, right? Well, the Endeavour can do it.
Trust us when we say it was difficult to drive. Sometimes there was traction and sometimes nothing. One false move and the lahar makes you its victim. But the advanced electronics on the Endeavour made things easier, and we just glided over everything. But we aren't here in Philippines to drive the Endeavour again. We are here to check out what else Ford has to offer. Among the SUVs under consideration for the Indian market is the Kuga or Escape, which has done very well for Ford in emerging markets.
Ford has an extensive SUV portfolio all across the globe. However, in India, we get only 2, the EcoSport and the Endeavour, which is why we think something like this should make it to India. Yes, they are planning to extend that SUV portfolio in India as well, and the Kuga might just fit in, but this means putting in more money into probably building a platform, because this is not based on the same B segment platform that the EcoSport is.
Also, the Kuga is available with the 1.5-litre EcoBoost petrol engine and a 2-litre diesel engine, both of which are not available in India. The extremely capable Kuga will slot perfectly between the Endeavour and the EcoSport. That means competition for the likes of the Hyundai Tucson, Hyundai Creta and even the Mahindra XUV 500. Another car which could make things a bit more interesting is the Explorer, and yes, we got to drive that one too.
Now looking at this one, you might think there's a bit of Land Rover going on here at the bonnet, and there's a good reason for it. Well, it looks more like the Evoque because the Evoque was the last car that was designed by Ford. So yes, all this makes sense, and it actually brings out the premiumness of that car. And this actually looks fantastic looking. It's filled to the brim with features inside, and you can't really imagine anything else better to drive on roads like these. Will it come to India? No, it won't.
But that massive 3.5-litre EcoBoost V6 was a treat to drive. Even as we braved the traffic in the city of St. Clark, it was evident that the Explorer was quite maneuverable as also very comfortable. While driving on and off the road, here with the Endeavour, Kuga and Explorer was great fun. What we are eager to get our hands on is the new EcoSport that was showcased at the LA Auto Show and will make its way to India later this year.
Time well spent with SUVs. Now we talk about the new buses from Volvo. This is two new models that the company has now introduced on its 9400 range, and Seshan Vijayraghvan was down at the company's headquarters to bring you this report.
It's been over 15 years since Swedish commercial vehicle maker Volvo entered the Indian market with its fleet of luxury buses and almost single-handedly changed the way Indian bus passengers prefer and expect to travel. It started exporting buses from 2015 to Europe, and there's been a significant investment of 400 crore rupees in the company's Hoskote plant, and now with two new models to its 9400 coach lineup, Volvo has expanded its lineup. The first bus is a smaller 12-meter 9400 coach. It comes with an all-new 8-litre engine that makes 330 brake horsepower and is mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox as standard. The new engine is Euro 4 compliant and has been developed in India at Volvo and Eicher Motors' Pithampur plant in Indore. Along with the 12-meter coach, Volvo has also introduced a bigger 14.5-meter coach. This multi-axle bus comes with 11-litre diesel engine that is Euro 4 compliant and churns out 410 brake horsepower. This engine is mated to Volvo's 12-speed I-Shift AMT gearbox and is a lot more luxurious. Volvo has designed both these buses mainly for intercity usage. It already has a 13.7-meter coach, which will also get the updated 11-litre engine and will sit between the two newly launched buses. The buses offer excellent drivability thanks to features like power steering with tilt adjustability, hill start aid, ABS and several other controls. Both the buses come with ABS as standard, along with a host of other features like emergency brake glass function for all windows, a special fire heat suppressant system, and individual seat belts. In fact, the 14.5-meter coach was equipped with a 3-point seat belt for all seats. So we know that Volvo takes safety very seriously. The cabin comes with comfortable seats upholstered in fabric and leather options. Owners can also offer a chemical toilet, pantry with coffee maker, reclining seats with individual USB charging ports which add to the convenience. With new styling, features and engine performance, these new 9400 coaches set the benchmark in this commercial vehicle space. Currently, the company faces competition from the likes of Scania and Mercedes-Benz. Volvo's 9400 range is priced in India between 80 lakh rupees to 1.3 crore rupees. The prices of course increase as per the level of customization opted by the customers.
As always, it's time for a commercial break here on the program, but stay with us. We have lots coming your way, including the answers to some of your questions.